Remember this moment. This is when we got serious.
Well, hello, y'all. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It is such a pleasure to get to be here. Thank you so much. As always, you know, New York is sort of the center of everything, and we've been circling around the country, but being sort of drawn inexorably to New York City, and we are so happy to be here with you all. But I got to begin by telling you the truth, which is that part of me is very aware that we should not have to be here tonight. I remember 25 years ago when the world's climate scientists started telling us that this was exactly what would happen.
Dr. Hansen, if you'd start us off, we'd appreciate it.
Number one, the Earth is warmer in 1988 than at any time in the history of instrumental measurements. Number two, the global warming is now large enough that we can ascribe, with a high degree of confidence, a cause and effect relationship to the greenhouse effect.
I played my small part in that thing by writing the first book about this, a book called The End of Nature, way back in 1989. So before many of you were born. If our leaders and our institutions had acted as they were supposed to act, they would have heeded those warnings. And 25 years ago, we would have gone to work, and we'd be a long way now towards solving this problem. But that did not happen. So here we are. That's Naomi Klein up on the screen getting arrested. You're going to meet her in a minute. Next to her is my old friend Gus Speth. This was at the beginning of this big protest about Keystone that turned into the largest civil disobedience action in 30 years.
Into the park, please.
It's hard doing the thing that you're doing today. Law-abiding people don't like to go get arrested. We are used to doing what the police tell us to do.
Sidewalk is closed. Move up into Lafayette Park.
So it is a hard thing that you're doing today. A difficult thing and a brave one. It'll feel uneasy for a moment, but I hope it also feels incredibly, incredibly powerful because of what you've done over the last 2 weeks. An issue that really wasn't a national issue 2 weeks ago has emerged as the crux test between now and the election for Barack Obama. Now, we should not have had to been there either. You know, 3 months before that, Jim Hansen of NASA, our greatest climatologist, Jim had said, burn those tar sands on top of everything else you're burning, and it's game over for the climate. He was speaking, you would think, in language simple enough that even politicians would be able to understand it, but nobody blinked. Not the government, not industry, not the Obama administration. Full speed ahead until brave people went and interposed their bodies in the way. And so I'm thinking about something that Gus said to me. We were in adjoining cells, so through the bars. He had done every rational, respectable thing you could possibly do. He'd founded the National Resources Defense Council. He'd been chair of the President's Council on Environmental Quality. He'd headed the whole UN development program. He'd been a dean at Yale. The sentence he sent out from jail to the reporters, the one sentence was, I've held a lot of important positions in this town, but none of them seem as important to me as the one I'm in right now. Okay? Truth be told, no night seems as important to me as these nights on this tour. We started in Seattle the night after the election. We're headed out all over the country. I feel as if, for me, it may be, in a sense, the last campaign I get to fight. Not because I'm tired, though, truthfully, the sleeping on the bus is more romantic in theory than in practice, it turns out. But it's not me that's tired. It's the planet that's tired, that's running into really serious limits, that's running out of time. Every New Yorker knows that now. But that doesn't depress me in the end. In a sense, it excites me because I think we're closer now than we've ever been to what we need to do. I think we've peeled away the layers of the onion and gotten to the heart of things. As of tonight, we're going after the fossil fuel industry.